All right, hello folks. I've got LOB2 back on the table. Thought I'd try to bang out another quick random matchup here. So we get 52 for our red fighter. Sam Langford, how about that? This is a fighter that got some upgraded, revised ratings this time around. Let me go ahead and grab his numbers. All right, 8 and 9, split cons for physical tactical, so 3, 7, 10, 7. 9, 9, 10 plus 2. Foul rating average, and then 1, 8, 29 endurance. So average, 29 endurance. Goodness gracious. So there's 1, 8, 15, and 20. With a left hook and a right uppercut. That's his favorite punches. Next, who is his lucky opponent for today? 54. So right here, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be Blue Lewis, correct? 54. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, good luck with that, Mr. Lewis. All right, he's a tactical 7-6, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, and then 6, 6 plus 1 clean, 6, 6 plus 1 clean, 18 with endurance, 2, 12, 15, 20. Left hook, left jab. All right, there we go. Well, place your bets. I'm sure most of you are betting on Langford, a physical fighter who actually has better defense than this tactical fighter that he has as his opponent. All right, so yeah, I've been having trouble with glare, so if I move this around, I might catch some glare. I did adjust the lights a little, so we'll see what happens. Okay, he's going to be tactical, so Langford is actually better against tactical. Lewis is not against physical. He's better against physical, so they get to use their better control numbers. There's still a 2-point gap, meaning that that's a 9-11 threshold split. And for Langford, his opening mode, I didn't look at the traits on these guys. 11. I don't think either one of them had traits. Inside for Langford, which is a fairly common place for him to be. 7 is the lower number for Lewis. And that's going to have him outside, inside, outside. So the tactical fighter's outside, physical fighter's inside. And let me take another quick look. Langford and Lewis. No trait and no trait. Okay. Yeah, nothing jumped out at me, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. All right, we're all set up. And let's set this up for, let's say we'll go 10 rounds on this one, if necessary. Here we go. Round 1 in this hypothetical matchup of two fighters who were from different eras. Okay, we have Langford taking charge immediately, 91, and that is a K3 combo to the head. So I'm going to put a K here. Of course, Langford, his power is 7. He threw some serious smoke. And so this is a knockdown chance right from the get-go. I'll mark that down as a combination. Lewis's chin is a 6. Wow, this could get pretty explosive. 48 on the chin check is going to have him stunned by that one. So it's a 3-point result. His defensive 2 gets cut in half to 1. And Langford immediately off that opening combination takes charge, has Lewis backpedaling, covering up, and he follows up with a column A, 47, 1-point hook on the follow-up. And that's a pretty solid start there for the great but diminutive Sam Langford. All right, Langford some more, 32. This time, this would be his power 7. This is a K9 result, so it's going to be a 2-point uppercut. Let me see. It's a 1-point uppercut shifted to column D. So it's all Langford from the start. Oh, huge control right here. 1-point uppercut to the body now. Langford trying to create more of an opening. And we go open action as things slow down for a moment, 46. And we are normal. Dirty clinch, average and clean. So this is just a regular clinch. And that 9 for Lewis is not enough, so we are open action again, 68. Missed exchange. And boy, Langford's again, 71, column A. And here is his B punch. It's going to be a right uppercut and another K check. Woo! Goodness. Chin of 6, rolls a 14. This is trouble. He's down. That uppercut just jackhammers Lewis's head, snaps it back. He crumbles to the canvas. And now we check to see if he gets up. So his will is 6. Look down here. His safe range is 4 to 20. He's the blue fighter. We'll roll the blue die. Okay, he rolls an 8. He gets up. Not easily either. So this is not a flash knockdown. It takes him a moment to shake that off. And now, with 2 segments remaining, these are both going to be finisher checks. Langford is a +2 finisher. We're going to read the red die first. 15 + 2, 17. Calm probing as time ticks away. Then, here comes the big clean hook for a K check. So KH on the score sheet. And his chin is now effectively 5. Yes, it's down to 5. 90. Oh, that almost rolled a 10. So this time, that's only a 2-pointer. Could have been much worse. Lewis rolled with that one very well. Oops, I lost my other finisher. So I'll roll the blue die and apply that finisher. +2 makes 13. Briefly traps opponent in the corner with a nice combination for 2 more points. 2-point combo to finish out the round. And that was just a whitewashing for Sam Langford. He stunned him from the opening bell and had him down on the canvas by the 2-minute mark, and then followed up with a good hook and a good combination and dominant round. So there is 4, 6, 7, 13, 15, 17 points against in that round, and that's going to be 2 TKO points, almost a third, very close to a third. And so that mode cost of 2 plus the 2 TKO points is -4 total. Lewis is down to 14. And Langford, barely breaking a sweat here, is 2 off and has a huge endurance advantage going into round 2. Now, I need to make adjustments here after that knockdown. Lewis's advanced control threshold would be 12 for the remainder of this round, unless there's something changes it. And let's see. I'm going to check this just to make sure. It's amazing. I still have to check this every once in a while. So -1 to the opponent's CTN, and so it's going to be 8 and 12 now on Langford and Lewis's respective CTNs for this round, and that's in addition to the chin and will modifiers. So we already accounted for the chin. The will is down to 5 as well. All right, we are ready for round 2, and inside, outside, let's check Lewis's mode, see what he wants to do here. 17, well, of course, once you've been knocked down, you want to try to get the guy back, right? It might be a death wish, it might be reckless, or it might be genius, depending on what happens here. So we have Lewis now in pressure mode. Inside, this round is going to be a brawl as Lewis tries to work his way into this fight after being stunned and then dropped in round 1. Slow start to this round. 19, brawl column, open action, foul check for the blue fighter. 18, pretty nasty roll there. That's going to be a marginal foul. Just write an F1 in there. Open action, 21. Oof, wow, another foul check on Lewis. So he's not just trying to pressure, he's trying to get nasty here. 7, however, is going to be incidental contact. So no foul there. But the action's kind of rough coming from Lewis right now. And Langford says, okay, well, enough of that shenanigans. And he throws an uppercut, which is blocked. More open action, 32. Clean clinch, am I right? 32, yeah, there we go. Make sure I read that right on that brawl column. All right. Now Langford, 26. 1 point cross is the first meaningful punch landed so far in this round that was supposed to be a brawl. Who knows? Maybe the second half of the round will really break out, but no, we've got another open action. Interesting. 40 in the brawl column. All right, that's our second clinch, and out of the past 3 segments. And double 13, so that's not enough to push to high action. So instead, we're just going to use the control thresholds. And of course, Langford is over by more. 0-7 with a 1 point uppercut to the body. Only 2 punch points landed. This might be the quietest brawl style round I remember having. Another open action, 81 in the brawl column. Even exchange, 1-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open action segments. That's really strange. All right, oof, and here, now we're going to finish the round on a high action check. All right, 62 in the brawl column. Committed puncher, fighter with the bigger power. Definitely Sam Langford is going to win that exchange with a solid hook, 2-1. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not enough for a TKO point, versus 2, in parentheses 3, including the foul point, which is not enough for a TKO point either. So no TKO points there. Turned out to be a slow round, inside versus pressure. Neither guy was really landing anything. They got tied up a couple times, a couple foul warnings, or 1 foul warning. And then the action picked up in that final minute. That is interesting. All right, so it is still Langford's round, and we are going to check for Lewis's mode. And that he's going to stay in pressure. All right, so he's 3 off, down to 11, 2 off for Langford, down to 25. He can go and go and go. All right, what else? And then our control thresholds return to normal. So we're back to 9 and 11 for round 3. And so far, Langford has outscored him 22 to 2. High action, 59. Committed puncher, Sam Langford once again. Both men score, but the harder punch counts for more. Another high action, 44. Rally, the fighter trailing on punch points. Scores a combination in the corner and wins this exchange 2-1. So here is Blue Lewis battling back. Maybe we got a good round taking shape here. And we have Lewis in control, 82. His power is 4. This is a K3. Look at this. His A punch is a hook. So here is a clean hook. Catches Sam Langford. And now we're going to check Langford's chin. Wow. He is a 7/13. That's a bad roll. 4 points. Just a couple points away from a knockdown. And Langford is staggered by that hook. Here's the follow-up. His Lewis's finisher rating is +1. He rolls a 6 modified. 1-1. The fighters trade evenly, but no big punches landed as Lewis just sort of sticks to him, sticks close, but doesn't get off the big punch that he needs. And we're midway through round 3 in what has turned out to be a very interesting round all of a sudden. As Lewis is trying to turn this thing around, we go to high action again, 22. Down here, tactical edge. That's going to go to Blue Lewis. As Langford just trying to get in there and slam those hooks up to the head. And Lewis is able to move and twist and gets the better of that exchange with sharp jabs. Wow. All right, more high action, 0-6 brawl. Defensive edge, and now that's going to be Langford who wins that exchange with his punch B. He's able to make him miss or mitigate it somewhat, and he scores a 2-point uppercut versus the 1-pointer coming from Lewis. Wow, really interesting round. Lots of high action going on. Got the brawl column going. Lewis in charge, 47, is going to get shifted to column D. He misses with a straight punch, and he's going to get countered. Watch out. Could be dangerous. 0-2 is a 2-point counter hook. Beautiful boxing there by Langford, using Lewis's aggression against him. Now Langford takes command, 93. Digs to the body with a solid hook. That one hurt. And he's punishing, all of a sudden, he's punishing Lewis down the stretch here. 2-point uppercut, 2-point counter hook, and then a 2-point hook to the body. How does he finish the round after being stunned? Almost dropped earlier. Oh, it's going to be Lewis in command with a 12. And shifted over, column A. So that's a 1-point hook in the end, as Lewis really tried to solidify his round here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points for Langford. That's just one short of 2 TKO points. All right, and then here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points for Lewis. That is 2 TKO points. And all of a sudden, we got a fight. Yeah, we've had a stun and a knockdown in the first round. We had a stagger in round 3 on Lewis's ledger. And who knows how the judges will see that. Now, even though Lewis won the round, he's in pressure mode, so he has to check his mode to maintain it. Inside mode was the loser, so we're going to check Langford as well. Ooh, Langford's going to really change things up and go elusive. Meanwhile, Lewis is outside. I rolled really low, 1 and 3 on both of those. So we completely switched things up after that. After 2 rounds of brawling, the second round, which didn't really pan out as a brawl, but the third round made up the difference with a 12 versus 11 round. Goodness gracious. Now we completely switch things up going into round 4. So let's see, we had inside and 2 TKO points. It's 4 off. They're both 4 off. Am I correct? Yeah, that's right. So 21 and 7. And now we are elusive and outside. Wow, that was fun. Really interesting contrast. Every round has been distinctly different so far. So what can we see in round 4? All right, well, we're going to start off with open action 76 in the chess column. And that'll be a missed exchange. Both fighters acting defensively, keeping their distance. Playing hard to hit, hard to get. 31, also in the chess column of open action, and that's going to be some movement. Elusive and outside. A lot of shifty stuff going on. Each guy trying to figure it out, get his timing right. And open action again. I'm in a rut, 22. That is a clean clinch. So we've had all of the significant open action results here in the first minute, but not a whole lot of fighting going on. And who can blame them after what happened in round 3? And well, let's start to change that. So this is Blue Lewis, 42, column D. And he's going to get through the 1-point hook. First punch of the round. And here we have more open action, 91. Missed exchange. Langford, 67, column D. Down here, and he throws a looping hook, and Lewis sees it coming. Was able to mitigate that one. Now we got Lewis, 56, column D. His jab is blocked. Lewis again, 78, Also column D, his combination is blocked. Good defense from Sam Langford here. A whole lot of dashes here in the past 4 segments. Swinging and missing. Lewis again, 29. Boy, he is really pushing the action. This time he connects with a 1-point straight punch just before the bell, and that's going to be enough for him to win that round 2-0. So we had an 11-12 round. Now we had a 0-2 round. But Lewis now appears to be potentially even on the scorecard. Potentially. It's doubtful that the judges see it that way, but you never know. All right. So then 2 points off each. 19 for Langford, 5 for Lewis going into round 5. Elusive has to be checked. He can Lewis can stay outside. 3 is going to be outside. They're both going to be outside. Going into round 5 now. Halfway through this interesting exhibition bout. Where's it going to go next? I like the variety of the action we're producing here. It's a very meandering sort of tale that it's telling us. Okay, so this is going to be Langford with a 10 and a 2-point right uppercut. He likes that uppercut. That's what he produced the knockdown with in round 1. Lewis answering back, 53. His jab, however, does not get through. Now Langford, 46. 1-point straight punch. Lewis takes a step back from that. Oh, and we're going to go to high action. And 38. Chess column this time. Tactical edge. That's going to be in Lewis's favor. So Blue Lewis with a couple sharp jabs. Or high action, 10. Still in the chess mode. Defensive fighter, that's going to be in favor of Langford. He wins that punch with his uppercut. Wins that exchange. And then Langford takes over clearly. 18, column A, 1-point cross. And this is one of those rounds where it seems like everything Lewis is trying, Langford has an answer for the most part. He got the better of that one exchange, but now Langford is really taking over. 1-point straight punch is dodged by Lewis. Some good self-preservation there. We go to open action 72. Missed exchange. And we're coming up on the bell. And we have, whoa, it's going to be Lewis. 10-11, yeah. 99. But 3 shifts it to column D. 1-point hook is all he got out of that. It could have been a lot better. Well, could have been a 2-point hook, I guess. Not a lot better, but better. All right, 3, 6, 7 points for Langford. TKO point against Lewis. His TKO rating is 6. He's up to 4 points now, so keep an eye on that. And then here are 4 points scored in favor of Lewis. No TKO point. So 3 off is going to get him down to 2, and then 2 off of Langford is going to get him down to 17. No comparison in the durability, endurance of these two guys. Now, what does Lewis do? 14, it says, is going to have him stay outside. Okay. So, both fighters stay outside. We're still in a chess column type of matchup. We know that Lewis is only 2 TKO points away from a potential stoppage. However, he was only trailing in round 5 by 3. So that's not enough to really trigger a TKO watch yet. All right, both men outside for round 6. Lewis in charge, 72. 1 point straight punch out of column D. That would have been a potential knockdown because he's still got his power is still in effect for this round, and then he's going to lose it. But Langford with a 92 just misses a K check right there by 1 point. This is a 2-point combination to the head. All right, we have Lewis for 13 shifted. So he misses with a jab. Langford side slips it, counters. As I'm throwing dice around, where'd they go? All right, counters with an 87. 1 point counter hook. So Lewis looked like he was going to do something early in this round, but Langford quickly took over and seems to be running away with this round. And here he scores a jab. So there are 4 unanswered points from Langford. Langford again, 49, and a 1 point hook. Here's a long run of action that's going against Lewis, and Langford keeps it up, 61. This is going to be shifted, however. That would have been a K chance, but defense saved him. 1 point hook for Langford on what he thought was going to be a much better punch than that. And now we got Lewis in charge, 64. He scores a 1 point jab with a cut chance attached to it. So Langford's cut rating is a 9. He needs a 3 or better. And he's okay. But yeah, Langford with a good run of action right there. Lewis is just, touching him every once in a while, but isn't having much effect. Here we go to high action, 16 in the chess column. 16 is going to be defensive edge. That's going to go in favor of Langford as well, 2-1 on that exchange. And we get to the final exchange of round 6 as Langford is making a statement here. And that's going to be Lewis in control. Maybe trying to say something in reply here at the end of the round. It would have been a 2 point cut chance. It is a 1 point cut chance on a jab. So 1 point jab and another cut chance against Langford. What do we say? He needed a 3. And he rolls a 13, so he's well safe on that. So good round for Langford. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 5th TKO point, 8-4. So Lewis did just enough to kind of hang in there. That does not trigger a TKO watch. The gap in this round was only 4 points. So it's going to be 3 off, gets him to -1 for Lewis. 2 off is down to 15 for Langford. I'll go ahead and check Lewis's mode. 16, getting a bit more aggressive here, yeah. Turning it up to pressure. All right. right? Which is a real gamble when you're already starting to fatigue. So, his control threshold for Lewis, now fatigue, goes up to 12. His power of 4 is going to drop to 3, I do believe. 4, 3, yeah. His defense of 2 drops to 1. So you combine those adjustments with the earlier Chin and Will adjustment from the knockdown, and this is where Blue Lewis might begin to get a bit more vulnerable. It seemed like his fight against Ali was kind of like that too. Somewhere 7th, 8th, later in the fight, he started to fade a little. Okay, round 7. Outside versus pressure. Langford has won the past 2 rounds, but he didn't just blow him away. Not yet, anyway. Langford in charge here, 0-3, column D, 1-point hook. Still Langford, 16, and he's going to get countered. He throws a jab, misses, and the counter punch coming from Lewis, 87, 1-point counter hook. Pretty good stuff. Lewis is tired, but it's not, it's not a huge, it's kind of a steady sort of effect instead of just all at once. So, all right, here we go. Third segment of round 7. We have Langford 59, 1-point cross. Langford again, 98, 2-point hook. That was a good punch. Nice, solid, no questions about it. No defense from Lewis. And woo, that's a little bit close. It's open action, 63 rather. Normal, 63 is going to be juke and move. So Langford backs away, tries to find an angle. Lewis, weary but stalking. Langford looking much sharper here. Cracks him with one of those big hooks. And this is double jeopardy because it is a K check and a cut check. So let's check the chin of Lewis, which is now 5. 32 on a 5 is a 4-point stagger. So that's trouble. And then we'll go ahead and check the cut also. His cut rating is 7. And he needs a 7, rolls a 2. Now this is bad because this is that cut hazard check, which I think we've talked about before. So here's the hazard column. The cuts there tend to be more severe, is the point. And that's because, these are clean knockdown punches that really do damage. 48. Oh, not too bad. Just the mouth. Busted his lip. So there's a little bit of blood running from Lewis's mouth after that staggering hook that he just took. And now we have him being Langford, rolling a finisher check with his +2 rating. For the following segment, not a great roll, so that's a 7 modified. Lewis decides to stand his ground and he trades, and they both score solid hooks. 2-2. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, down the stretch here, 2 segments remaining in round 7. This is going to be Langford 97 with that 2-point hook again. He's hammered him with the hook in this round 3-4 times now. One of them was a staggering punch. And how does this round end? Oh, it's going to be high action, of course. 52. Normal. Rally, the fighter trailing gets Langford. So Lewis gets Langford in the corner briefly, scores a 2-point combination, wins that exchange 2-1. Langford comes back at him and wins the round. But what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 12, 13 points. Again, just one shy. No, that's not true. He's over. So he's one over. So there's 2 TKO points, and then for 5 points, so that's one shy of a TKO point for Lewis. So he does not get his money's worth out of the pressure card. Woo! That time around, and now we are looking at a TKO watch. Lewis's rating is 6. He's accrued 7. He hasn't had TKO conditions yet until now. So the reason I didn't stop it there is because he lost the last round by only 4 points instead of 6. Now here, he's over his TKO rating, and he's lost the round by more than 6. So now in round 8, this is a TKO watch. If Lewis falls behind at any point by 6 punch points in round 8, the fight is over. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Let me see. What else do we do here? We're going to look at endurance costs. So that's 3. And then 4, 5 is going to be -6. So chin and will are also impacted. His chin and will go down to 4, respectively. 4 and 4. And then Langford can stay in outside mode. Lewis rolls a 3. He's going to go to outside mode. So he's going to try to slow the action down here a little bit. All those attempts, all that effort to go for the knockout actually worked against him. All right, so round 8, both men in outside mode. A TKO watch is in effect for Blue Lewis. Langford 66, 1-point hook. Woo! Langford rolls a 17 on control, but Lewis rolls a 20, and we're going to go to high action 93. Outside, chess mode. Will to win. The greater will at this moment wins the exchange 2-1. That is going to be Langford. Langford some more, 93. 2-point combination, and we're getting close here. It is 5-1, a difference of 4. So a 2-point punch is all Langford needs for the referee to stop this fight. And it's going to be Lewis trying to save himself here with a, that's column A, yeah? He comes back with a nice 2-point hook. And he is going to hang around. He's staying in this. Lewis some more, 20. And this is also a 2-point hook. Wow, look at this. It's a rally, and now the round is even. 5 points apiece with only 4 segments to go. And Lewis might stave off a potential stoppage here. Open action 42. That open action in a case like this is actually Lewis's friend. Getting him closer, getting him through this round. 42, chess, juke and move is the result. Langford, let's see, Lewis's defense is 1, so it is going to get shifted. 46. Straight punch is ducked. So Lewis is not going to go quietly. He has dug deep, and he is going to stick around. And here he has control again with a 61, column A. That is a K5 result. His power, however, is down to 3. He couldn't have done that anyway, actually, even at full power. So it is a 61, yeah. So it's an A punch. 2-point hook, another. He's throwing his best shots. He's trying to get something going here. He's actually winning this round, 7-5. Final segment. And what do we got? Open action, 47. And we finish off with more movement at the bell. So that is our score for the round, 7-5. It's a TKO point against Sam Langford. It cancels the TKO watch for Lewis, so he is going to survive that moment, that dilemma. Not just survive, but thrive as he wins the round. And we're going to have Langford roll for a new mode. 7 is going to keep him outside. So the modes don't change. And it's going to be 3 points off is, let's see, we had him down to 13 and now down to 10. And then -6 minus 2 is -8 for Blue Lewis. And that's enough for another CTN threshold adjustment. And then his power is going to go down 1 more from 3 to 2. Interesting. Okay. Well, I thought that was going to be the end of Blue Lewis, but he showed us some real guts and staying in there. Round 9. Let's see what we get. Open action, 49. Movement with both fighters outside, trying to establish their gap, their timing. Same thing here, 91. Missed exchange, so they throw, but they can't nail it down. Nothing solid connecting. And then we get high action, 91. Wow. In the chest column, that's going to be up here. Committed puncher. That's Langford, 2-1, solid hook. So Lewis lands something, but Langford lands something better, more memorable. And here we go, Langford, 92. Goes to the head with a combination. All right, TKO watch is not in effect now. Langford needs to win this round by 6, or he needs to knock him around, knock him down a couple times, and really rack up some points to get a single round TKO stoppage. But it's going to be Lewis, 95, column D, 1-point hook. So Lewis is tough. He's decided he came to fight. He didn't care if this Langford guy is a legend or not. Lewis again, 83, scores a 1-point hook this time. Yeah, same, different path of getting there, but the same result. And he's trying to keep this round close. Langford takes over, 34 with a 1-point uppercut. Cut chance. Cut rating of 7. I think he needs a 7, is what we said. He rolls an 11. He's okay on that cut check. 2 segments remain, round 9. Ooh, at the last second, this rolls over to a 13.95. And that is another 2-point hook from Langford. Then we go to open action at the end of this round. Blue fighter foul check. is a 16 for the clean fighters, marginal. His second foul point. So he gets warned again there. Probably some frustration involved. So 3 points for Lewis and 7 points and another TKO point against for Langford. The gap is only 4 points. No TKO watch as we go to round 10. All right. Now, -3 points off is -11. Not enough for another fatigue adjustment, so fatigue is done. And then 2 points off for Langford. Gets him down to 8. And I think, Langford would probably like to finish this off in style, so I'm going to put him in pressure mode. He had Lewis close there a couple times. He stunned him. He had him knocked down in round 1, and he's let him off the hook, or Lewis has gotten himself off the hook by fighting well. So why not go for it in the 10th round, try to close the show. Meanwhile, Lewis, who really rolls a 17, he's also going to go pressure. Oh, wow. Okay. Because he feels he needs the knockout to have any chance. This is his only hope to win this fight. So, Lewis Langford, round 10, the final round. And we are going to brawl. We're going to slug it out, theoretically, although it didn't work out that way in round 2 when I had inside versus pressure. How does this thing end? It's going to have Langford rolling a 20, 31. Total is a 2-point double hook. Bam, bam. As he just lays into Lewis, saying, I'm the man here, not you. And he continues to push that narrative with a 1-point cross. Lewis with a 12. Nope, that's not quite good enough. 93 on the brawl chart for open action. And that's going to be an even exchange. So they both throw and land something. Lewis with a 0-6, 2-point jab. Ooh, really nice jab from Lewis and a cut chance now. Langford is okay on the cut check. Midway through the final round. 14 and 15 is going to push us to high action. 12 on the brawl column is going to get us a make a stand result. Fighter with a higher durability. That is, of course, Langford. Just lays in with a combo. He takes a shot coming in, but wins the exchange 2-1. So there's some real moxie, some real tough guy posturing coming from Sam Langford, and he has a lead in this round. More high action, 65. Committed puncher, and that's Langford again with a big hook. 2-point hook to 1 point from Lewis. And Langford's just saying, whatever you can do, I can do better. More high action. Wow, boy, the dice are really streaky here. 0-6. Brawl column, 0-6. Defensive edge, 2-1. An uppercut coming from Langford as he wins 3 straight high action checks with 2-1 exchanges. And now Lewis trying to take control, but he cannot. Too tired, too beat up at this point. 57. Pressure is brawl, rather. 57. Juke and move. Fairly one of the less common results there in the brawl column. And now we go to the final segment before the bell. The bell's coming up. They've duked it out pretty good. in this final round as Lewis doing the best he can. Oh, comes up with a 20 here in the final segment, rolls an 83. Langford's defense of 3 is still in effect. That's really tough to get through at this stage. And therefore shifts it over. It's going to be a 1-point hook as Lewis throws, lands his best punch, but can't land it cleanly. It's mitigated at the end. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points for Langford. 9th TKO point registered. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points and a 4th TKO point for Blue Lewis. And that's how this one ends. A good high-scoring 10-7 round to polish this thing off. And let's see what the judges say. So that knockdown round, clearly 2 points in favor of Langford. 3-point advantage for Langford in round 2. And I rolled a 2. That's not great. Low, low, and high. Low, low, and high. And then a 1-point advantage for Blue Lewis in the big high-action round 3. That's where this fight really seemed to start to get interesting. I roll a 5 there. 1-point advantage. High, low, and even. So Lewis gets credit, and then Langford gets credit, and then the third judge says, "Oh, I don't know, man. Looks about even to me." 2-point advantage for Lewis in round 4. 12. All right, there is no favorite, so those favorites turn into highs, and therefore Lewis gets full credit on all 3 cards, and he is almost winning this thing on this judge's cards at this point. 7-4 is a 3-point advantage in round 5 for Langford. 3 points there, he'll get full credit for that. And he does. Round 6, 8-4, 4-point advantage. Langford 17, full credit. 1, 2, 3. And then the huge round 7 where he staggered Lewis and just hammered him with hooks multiple times in that round. So yeah, that's clearly, let's see, that's a 7-point difference, but no knockdown. So I think they'll just, yeah, that's just unanimous. Undeniable on Langford's ledger. 2 points in round 8, favoring Blue Lewis. Blue Lewis is our blue fighter. Oop, but that doesn't go so well for him. Even low and low. All right, so the judges giveth, the judges taketh away. All right, round 9, 4-point advantage for Langford. 11, that's right in the middle. That'll be unanimous on Langford's card, and I think he's got this won by unanimous decision at this point. 3-point advantage for Langford in the final round. And yes, they all see it in favor of Langford. So Langford really took over once the fatigue started kicking in. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points to 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 2 on judge number 2's card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 2. 9, 2, 10, 2, 8, 4. Wow. All right. And that's how this one ends. It's a unanimous decision. 10 rounds. Sam Langford, Blue Lewis. Blue Lewis did make it interesting after a terrible start. He got worked over in round 1, but he slowly worked his way back into the fight to make it interesting. And then Langford took over again down the stretch to get that decision. So pretty neat stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did.